But we're moving on to the Titans. Kind of hinted at this. Any thoughts of, or fan fiction, as I like to put it, with them and the number one pick, Charles? I already mentioned that I want them kind of to go down the Darnold path maybe, but what are some of your thoughts about the Titans and what they could do with that number one pick?
I think I would start off here. Whether or not you get Darnold, I don't think that should really influence what you do here. Because I don't think this is a year where if you really feel good about Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders first overall, then pull the trigger. But there's no need. Just take him. There's no need to force it though. But we've seen teams like when the Browns, when they picked Myles Garrett first overall, I don't think they regret that.
Right?
It's not necessarily the worst thing in the world.
He might.
Right, but... yeah, he very well might regret it. But I don't think there's any shame. Like if you were, because I think in one of our mock drafts, you put Travis Hunter number 1 to the Titans. I don't think that there's any shame in doing something like that. If you think he's the best player in the draft, and you went 3-14, and quite honestly, the back half of the season, you weren't even really that competitive. This is a long process, and I almost think the worst thing they could do is just force a quarterback pick they don't really believe in right here. So. I think the best case scenario is you get someone to trade up for number 1 without having to move back too far, where you can still get premium talent that you need. But if not, then just go number 1. Just go best player available on your board. I don't think there's a position that they don't necessarily need up front, like or not up front, just like anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah, when you lose
maybe D tackle. That's maybe about
D tackle. Right. So maybe you don't take Mason Graham number 1 overall. But
okay.
Every other player should be like in
viable,
viable option for you to take. It's kind of a tough spot to be in for Titans fans, I would imagine, because let's say, I don't know, for this scenario's sake, let's say they take like Will Campbell first overall. I mean, Titans fans, they might not be too happy about that, but if he's the best player on your board, or whoever that is, Will Johnson, right. Travis Hunter, Will Campbell, if you want to trade down, that's who you should do. Don't force a quarterback pick though, because they're not in a spot where they can do that. They got a ways to go.
How I kind of summed up my head is they have to love who they're taking. Yeah. Don't just like a guy, love him. So if it's a quarterback and you love Cam Ward, okay, we'll go with it. If you guys just like Cam Ward and, we want to maybe get Levis another shot, and you're kind of having, is there any hesitation with it? All right, well then don't. But if you're like, no, Ward is clearly better, we do this, and this, just take him. Don't even think twice about it. I just think it's fascinating because it's not that bona fide, there's Caleb or Drake May or Jane Daniels at the top of this draft, or there's this, and this. Like this, it reminds me of the last time they had the number 1 pick and they traded back. And that was the Goff Wentz class. That was when... That was who? 2016. Larry Tunsil gas mask draft. Yeah. But that draft class.
That was 2016. Mahomes
16.
2017.
Yep. 16. Yeah, and that's right when I got to the Raiders. Yeah, so 16. But that was also because the Raiders, we were going to take Tunsil if he kept falling. So we were all like, holy crap, like,
more
oh my God, like,
more weed.
Yeah, send another video out. What's this? Because it was like his father-in-law or something like that. It's like, pump it out, put out another video. But that draft class too was also a like, do we like these quarterbacks? Do we love them? Tunsil was kind of player 1 in that class, and then he dropped, obviously. But that's what it reminds me of, at least for this class too. But I've been trying to just figure it out, because it's like, all right, take best player available, hope Levis works out. Take best player available and enter the Darnold sweepstakes. Take a QB, and it seems like to me, just kind of rumors, Cam Ward seems kind of be the guy they favor if they're looking at the QBs right now. Trade number 1 pick, take best player available. Sign Darnold, trade number 1 pick, take best player available. And it's one of these where it's like, all of those options are viable. All of those are realistic. And I understand any argument that you want to make with them, because it's not like I'm committed to any of these quarterbacks anyways, where I'm like, what? Really? You want to upgrade, or you want to not take him? So, and then add another pass rusher if that makes sense. Abdul Carter, if he's there, Michael Williams, Mike Green from Marshall, Shamar Stewart from Texas A&M, one of those guys. Or hope Travis Hunter, if you move back, take Travis Hunter and create a really fun DB room and sell some tickets, because I know they're trying to build a new stadium anyway. So that I just think it's interesting where they're at, especially with the quarterback. And I think they still like Levis. That's why I want to say too, is like they're not totally out on him, even if it was the most wild ride of a quarterback season I have seen in a long time.
Dude. I mean, it started off like kind of okay.
Yeah,
even with the horrible beam interceptions, it did kind of start off kind of okay.
Two different times last season, I started going like, "Hey, Levis is doing some things," and literally the next week he had a blow up game, like in a bad way, a bad blow up game, and it's just one of those where it's like, "I need to just shut up."
Too much muscle milk.
Need some more yoga.
Yeah, dude.
Needs more Pilates.
Drop the skill player sleeves, man. Go get you some real quarterback sleeves. You know, you're not a damn
skill player sleeves.
Yeah, like where they're all tucked in. You know, go back.
I thought you were talking about his tats.
No.
Okay, yeah.
Go get you some Peyton Manning sleeves. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the loose ones. Yeah, the Sam Bradfords.
Yeah.
He had the loose ones.
You're not a linebacker.
Yeah, right. Darnold wears those too. So, there maybe that's what they want. Yeah, more loose sleeves, less tight sleeves for my quarterbacks. Yeah, there's a quarterback in this class that I kind of have that feeling about. He has a little too many accessories for a quarterback. Yeah, he was at the Senior Bowl.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
He's got a lot of late hype right now.
Yeah.
Dart's got a lot of accessories. He's got the one stripe. He's got a hoodie. He's got a headband. You get one or two. Quarterback, you don't get all of them. You can't create a player and say yes to every accessory when you're creating that player.
The hoodie. It's got
that's a weird look for me because
in game, I think it's terrible.
Practice whatever. You practice how you practice, like whatever. I've worn a sweatshirt on a practice sometimes, but no game hoodie's been one of those trends I've never gotten behind because that all started with what's his face from the Packers.
Donald Trump. James Jones.
He was the first guy I remember that did the hoodie thing. But another copycat league in more ways than one.